The South Tacoma Aquifer is a critical area under the city's critical area code. The reason for that is because the State of Washington Growth Management Act actually requires local jurisdictions like the city to have codes that protect important natural resources like our groundwater that can provide drinking water to the city population.
Tacoma gets most of our drinking water from the Green River, but we get about 5 or 10% of our water from well water. In times of drought, we'll rely more heavily on our groundwater, and then in those types of years, these wells can be very important to us, and they'll produce over 40 to 50% of our drinking water use.
In the 1980s, we learned that industrial activities had caused contamination to our drinking water wells here in Tacoma. So the health department, working with Tacoma Water and City of Tacoma, helped develop the South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District, or STGPD. It was our way of protecting the aquifer from any contamination like this in the future.
The way that we review development under the South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District is multifaceted. It starts with when a development might come forward, be proposed in that area. It gets reviewed by the city, first to see if it is one of those listed prohibited uses. Then they are just informed that they're not allowed to be in that location. If it's a development that's allowed in that area, then there are other mechanisms under the code to regulate the use to make sure that there aren't any negative impacts from that use.
The STGPD really focuses on pollution prevention. So the idea is that we keep things from getting outside, and by outside I mean to the ground. And so that's where our goal is, to work with businesses to really make those proactive changes so that we can protect the entire area.
Protection of the groundwater supply is very important. Every one of our groundwater sources has what's called sanitary control areas, where certain activities are not even allowed within them. And with that South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District, businesses in it are regulated. There's regular routine inspections that go on, corrective actions that say for spill concerns, certain chemicals in certain quantities will dictate what type of rules people have to follow.
The city also looks at any new development from a stormwater management perspective, and the city's Environmental Services Department regulates and deals with stormwater in the city. Could be reviewing those developments to make sure that they are in compliance with the requirements of the South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District.
So there's a lot of overlap, which is, I think, great for an area that does need protection. So we have the health department doing the South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District inspections, and then we also have the City of Tacoma source control inspections. Ours are driven obviously by the South Tacoma Groundwater Protection District Tacoma Municipal Code, whereas source controls are really dictated by the state's stormwater regulations. There's a lot of overlap. We both look at hazardous substances, we both look at stormwater, we both look at stormwater infiltration systems. So there is a lot of overlap. That's where I think what's so great about this area is that we do have multiple levels of protection and multiple agencies looking to protect the drinking water in this area.